Your desire is sacred. It's time to reclaim it. I'm Briana Borten, and I help people awaken to their highest potential. Subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to get alerted when I post a new video every Monday. I love working with my clients. They have a fire in their soul and that wants to be brought out into the world. But sometimes they need a little help getting to that spark in the first place. I found that there are a few things that are really important to reclaiming our desire, and I want to help you with them too. The first thing is to release attachments, stories, and blocks. So this is a big part of the puzzle, to be able to navigate through all of the things that get in the way of us experiencing our true soul-led desire. We often have these stories that desiring makes us greedy or dirty. And a lot of this comes from society, from religions, from parents, from other authority about us in general. We should not be desiring because that is not right? So if we have these stories living in us, even if we don't consciously agree with them, if they're in us somewhere, we have to see them and allow them to move through so that we no longer have this kind of subconscious thing holding us back. Another attachment or story that you might have is that not having desire can make you feel weak. That if you're not desiry, if you're not fiery, then you're weak, complacent. And if we have stories that show us that we are then weak or complacent, we will not want to activate the desire within us because we'll have more of a desire internally, even if it's subconsciously, to reinforce the story that we are weak, that we are lazy, that we are, incapable of allowing that to come through us. So we have to really dig in and see what's underneath kind of the first couple layers to see what's going on for us. We also have a lot of stories or blocks around what we should want. There's so many things that we're shown in movies and in advertising and from our parents and from our friends about what we should want. So this is different than our real, true soul-led desire. Sometimes they're the same, which is great, and that's totally fine. But we have to just make sure that what we are going for, what we're creating, is truly our desire and not coming from a should around wanting maybe, more money or more esteem or more whatever it is. If it's truly our desire, great, but we want to make sure that it isn't something that is being given to us by society, parents, or our community. So this first step of releasing attachments and stories and blocks is so important and takes a little while sometimes just to navigate everything that's in there. And we just want to allow ourselves to do this navigation from a place of no judgment. So as we meet these blocks, as we meet these stories, as we meet these attachments, we don't want to have judgments about having them, right? So we hold ourselves gently and in love as we sort through what is here for us, blocking our truest desire. Once you've done this, once you've cleared the space, then you want to be in the empty, vast, creative void. It's true that once we clear all of this away, what we're left with is kind of this empty, dark, whole feeling, which can feel kind of scary. If we've never experienced it because it's always been full of all of these things, then when we do feel it, it can feel like, where do I put my hands? I don't know what to do with myself. If you have that experience, you're on the right track. It's actually a really good sign. So see if you can stay in that empty, creative void. This is like how we lean into the edge of creation with the universe. And as we lean in, there is this void place where all things are birthed from and everything returns to. So we want to just have the experience of staying in that space, staying there and getting comfortable being uncomfortable is really the name of the game in that place. Then we move into, from that, aligning with our truest self. In this vast creative void, to really start to listen, to hear your heart song, to hear what's here for you, to start to get in touch with your truest, highest self. And then allow the truest desire to express and create to arise purely for the purpose of expression. So this often feels like, oh, there's nothing that I want more than for this to come through me and out into the world. And it's almost always creation, contribution, expression, a way of living and getting to be more free in the world. So all of these things that arise from this place, from this empty void connected to our truest self, desire arises for the purpose of expression. And as it does, we want to be with it, again, without any judgment. Whether we think it's too big for us, too small for us, too weird for us, whatever it is, if we can actually be with it without the judgment, without the fears, without the worries that what will people think of me if I do this, if I create this way, without our own judgment that we could never possibly bring that to be through this vessel of ours. I'm telling you, if it came to you, it is for you. There's nothing that will arise from within you to create for the purpose of expression that isn't meant for you. Once that desire has arisen and you start to feel it, you start to get engaged with it, you are resisting the temptation to judge it, the next thing to do is to engage in the chemistry with your desire. Often we think, I desire is like this. I'm out. I'm reaching out. And that is part of the equation. But engaging in the chemistry with your desire means that you understand that what you desire desires you. This isn't a needy wanting. It's a turn on. It's this experience of I want you and you want me. And now we're going to come together to create. And this is a sensation that arises through your whole body. It is sensorial. You might feel it as a fluttering, as a churning, but it generally, to me, feels really good. It may for you feel uncomfortable at first if you're not used to it, but it's this chemistry that you have with your desire when you understand that you are also the object of desire. It's like, I want you and you want me, and here we go. I want this thing. I want to create. I want to contribute in this way. And it's like, yeah, I want you too. Imagine it as an energetic entity that came in through you because it desired you too. This part has been so life-changing for me. I would actually say I had all the other pieces for quite a while before I understood this piece deeply. And when I started to understand this piece of feeling as the object of desire, of what I desire, it totally shifted everything for me and things started happening so much faster in my life. If you want to continue having these kinds of conversations and deepening into this, I'd love to have you join me for Illuminate the Darkness, a free 5-day intensive to honor the winter solstice and find our inner light. I'll put a link below for you to join. If you liked this video, please like it and subscribe and share it. I'm so grateful that you're here. I love you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.